going on, guys? CrownTheEric here, and we are talking comics because today is Wednesday and new comics came out, and we are going to talk about Captain America Steve Rogers #2. Now, if no one has read Captain America Steve Rogers #1, I highly suggest doing that. But if you're all over the Facebook and the interwebs and all that, you probably know enough about the infamous Hail Hydra Steve Rogers comment, and if you haven't seen that, here it is right here. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty weird too, isn't it? Captain America saying Hail Hydra. Has he been an agent of Hydra all along? Has he been manipulating every single event? Well, in #2, right here, we find out. And right off the bat, we start seeing red box writing. Now, who in red box writing would be talking? Especially in red box writing. Why would the box be red? Who does that besides Captain America? Usually his are all kind of patriotic. None other than the Red Skull. Right there. Holding a cosmic cube. And this is where it all becomes interesting, is we go years and years ago, there was a battle between Captain America and Red Skull, go figure, like always, they're arch rivals for the rest of their life. And we have the battle right there, and what you see at the bottom is the cube pretty much being broken after Captain America slices his hand, the Red Skull's hand, with the shield. And then, later on the next panel, we got scientists putting the shards of the cosmic cube all back together. Right there. All back together. And then we go into the next page, and there is a big old accident with the scientists. And if you look right here, there's a little girl in that corner, right here, which might be hard to see, but there is a little girl, little metal girl. She looks like she's like one of the metal men, right? And then we have on the next page, we got Dr. Hill talking to Dr. Selvig. If you don't remember Dr. Selvig was Kobach's, pretty much, Kobach's advisor for the project with Baron Zemo on Pheasant Hill, the assault on Pheasant Hill, the Avengers standoff comic event, and Hill's offering him a job, and he's like, no, I don't want it, and Dr. Selvig's like, no, I don't want it, Dr. Fowler can take it, and well, Dr. Hill's like, no, she's dead. And he's like, well, how'd she die? And she explains there's a really big accident and all this, and that what happened was that little metal girl, right there, the little metal girl, is the form of all the crystals going back together from the cosmic cube, all the cosmic cube shards. I said crystals, all the shards of the cosmic cube. And then it gets even more exciting. This whole comic has been exciting in this whole issue #2. They go right into it. It does not stop. We sit there and we got the Red Skull sitting at dinner, and he's just talking about, with his daughter Sin, about what they're gonna do, and he's bored and having Charles Xavier's power, mind control power, which, if, spoiler alert, you didn't understand, if you're wondering why right now Red Skull has Charles Xavier's power, it's because Red Skull stole Charles Xavier's brain and put it in his own, and has the ability to use all of Xavier's powers with the mind control and all that. And if you want to check that out, that's in Uncanny Avengers, not the new one that just came out, not the new Uncanny Avengers, but the Marvel Now Uncanny Avengers from after Avengers vs. X-Men. And that led into Access, which was basically the Red Skull trying to become the world leader and all that, and he gets thwarted and all that. So he's talking to his daughter Sin, and he's just, it's these powers, Sin. I thought possessing the brain of a gifted telepath like Charles Xavier would be the realization of all I've dreamed of, and it's just not a nightmare. These people don't bow to my feet, and I just, blah, blah, blah. And he's just, he tells the daughter, he's like, setting up green and yellow soldiers and everything. It's just all been done before. We need something different. He goes, I need a challenge. And all of a sudden, you hear sniff, sniff, excuse me, mister. And then it's the girl. But she's not all metal. She's an actual girl now. And this is where it gets all interesting, is Sin is about to sit there and punch her out, and Sin, right there, gets her face all fixed and everything. Which, let me try to get that face all fixed. And she doesn't just have a red skull, she actually has her actual face. And this girl starts explaining, he's like, Red Skull's like, who are you? What are you doing? Do you know who I am? I'm the Red Skull. And she's like, you used to be nice. You helped me when I was little. You helped me when I was little. We made up a whole world together, and there was a big war, and that Captain America guy was there, and then there was a fight, and I got broken. And then Red Skull's like, oh my god, you're the cosmic cube that I held. And he's like, my cosmic cube. And they start explaining, they start going through all the, he starts explaining everything. And all the red quotes are from, all the red is Red Skull. And he's basically been pulling the strings the entire time. He pulled the strings on the Pleasant Hill operation, because the little girl has the ability to fix and just pretty much install inside people's heads, hey, this is what you really want, and all that. And they're sitting here having story time and all this. They're having the story time right there. Nice little father Red Skull daughter bonding moment. And he's like, you didn't tell anybody about me. She's like, no, because she, works under Dr. Selvig. She still works for S.H.I.E.L.D. and all this and everything. And she's like, no, I didn't tell everybody. No one knows what me and Dr. Selvig are doing. And she's like, oh, crap, And he's like, what have you done, Kobet, and the girl named Kobek. She was like, what have you done? And she's like, oh, don't worry, don't be mad. He was figuring it out, so I made him like us and everything. She goes, here. And she grabs his hand, and then they flash to, S.H.I.E.L.D., where Dr. Selvig, the S.H.I.E.L.D. laboratory where Dr. Selvig, and Selvig comes out, and he's like, company, oh my. And all of a sudden, he's like, the supreme leader, it's an honor, and everything. And she made Dr. Selvig pretty much just, obey Red Skull and be like, yeah, Hydra's the best thing around town. Hydra's the, and he goes, I didn't believe it. He goes, at first, Red Skull's like, I didn't believe it until I looked into his mind, and he sees all this that she put into his head, that he's like an amazing Hydra soldier and helping out Crossbones and all that. And then that's when we start getting into, the plots, the thin lining, the thin background, the strings in the back that have been pulled to get where we are. And Red Skull sits there and goes, Selvig, tomorrow will you go to your superiors with a proposal? He goes, yes, of course, my lord. He goes, you will tell them you have a new idea for how to use Kobek. And this is when we get Pleasant Hill. He goes, Pleasant Hill, a prison disguised as a small town where the realities of so-called criminals would be rewritten to make them complicit drones, an idea so perverse and depraved they could hardly say yes quickly enough. Which, if you remember, if you read the Avenger Standoff and then the Pleasant Hill, this is ties. Red Skull is the one who made this all possible. What we're seeing, and if you haven't read Pleasant Hill, definitely pick that up. Very good spin-off of the Avengers. And then we got Zemo, and then they're attacking, and Red Skull disguises himself as a father, Father Patrick, and he basically controls Zemo to go, Father Patrick, to have Zemo give control over to him, Father Patrick, aka the Red Skull, over to him to nurse their wounds. And basically, then Father Patrick is walking with, and Captain America Steve Rogers has got Hill in his hands there, right? And then the Wreckers come in to attack him, and then Red Skull's like, "Oh my God, Red Skull's like, I even protected you from when attackers came on," and he pretty much mind controls two of their other Wreckers, and they just beat the crap out of him, beat the crap out of the third Wrecker guy, and all that. He goes, "I took you to meet my loyal servant, the good Dr. Selvig, and he told you where you would find Kobach, and then it was only a matter of letting you escape." Right? So he lets him escape and all this, and we go into basically Steve Rogers being attacked by crossbones and being beaten up in the bowling alley where you see him in Sam Wilson, Captain America, but he's still all old and gray-haired, and he's beaten up, and he goes, Selvig's like, "How can you sure she won't let just, because Kobach's there," he's like, "The girl intervened." He goes, "How can you be sure the girl won't let him die?" And Red Skull's like, "Kobach's very fond of him, and all that. She's gonna make him stronger, make him young again. She will make him the most perfect version of himself. But she has been taught well to believe true perfection comes from one source. So what she makes him, she will consider the greatest gift of all. She will make him Hydra, thus making him say, 'Hail Hydra.'" And then we have her sitting there, kind of with the arms out, and then him just kind of getting beat up by crossbones, the shield, and all that. And then there's Bucky, aka Winter Soldier, and Sam Wilson running toward him. And then at the end he goes, "Then you will kneel before me and speak the words, 'Hail Hydra.'" So this is why we get to see a nice, perfect version of a younger Captain America again. Red Skull has been pulling the strings, using the girl Kobach to rewrite everyone's mind to say Hydra, to be, hey, Hydra is the greatest thing of all time, and everything. So all of the people that got really concerned and scared that, like, "Oh man, Steve Rogers has been Hydra all along," no, his brain just got rewritten by Kobach, who is under the influence of the Red Skull and Hydra, to make Captain America say, "Hail Hydra." And this is why Jack Flag got thrown off. So, hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys hit that subscribe button down below for more amazing comic talks. I've been going through Civil War. I'm the next issue for Civil War 2, which is going to be Civil War 2 issue number 3. Comes out next week, and I'll be doing another video doing a story talk about that. Definitely going to be doing more story talks about this one right here, Steve Rogers, Captain America. Because it's just been very interesting ever since issue number 1 where he says, "Hail Hydra." It's got everyone talking. It made a bunch of memes. It made all that happen. So definitely going to be talking about that as well. So if you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button down below there, as well as go into the description down below, and please follow me on Facebook. You can follow me on Twitter. I post all my videos on there, on all that. So follow me on my Facebook and my Twitter pages, please. I will appreciate that if you could do that. It's down there in the description. As well as I do post, I haven't posted many game videos lately, but I'm going to be posting game videos as well as the comics. So if you want to game with me ever, within my gamer tags for my Xbox One and my PS3, and I'm going to put my friend code for the DS are down there as well. So have a good one, guys. I'll see you next week when we talk about Civil War. Make sure you go down below, hit that subscribe button, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace!